The first book leading off and playing center field is a previous penultimate book from Image Comics, by Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp is a hot writer. He's actually doing work on one of the Ultimate titles. I want to say the Ultimates. Could be the Ultimates that he's actually writing. One of those good Ultimate titles. And art by Eric Zawalski. And this is called Assorted Crisis Events. This is going to be a series of not one shots, but I guess anthology stories. And the first one involves this young lady who's she's trapped in this thing, kind of like I don't know. I want to say it's like Groundhog Day a little bit, because every day she goes out of her apartment and the same stuff is happening. It starts with her them shooting a movie outside of her apartment, and every day she walks through the set like she forgets that they're shooting a movie out there, and every day is like a different movie. Sometimes it's an alien movie, and shit is happening, and they're just, you can't tell really if it's real or not. And some days it's like a World War II with Nazis marching down the street kind of a movie. You just never know what's real. And time is kind of it's what do they call it? They call it atypical temporal phenomena are occurring in time, and people have gotten used to it. They've adjusted to it. There was a woman standing on the street, like her husband is just frozen in some kind of a warp. He's just like, he can't move, and he's like blurred out. He's like blue. He's like he's partially visible, but partially invisible. And that's just another, just call it Tuesday. It's not a big deal. People can adjust to stuff because, after a while, this becomes normal. So if it devolves around one of the common themes is she's trying to get her vintage clock, which has sentimental value to her. She's trying to get it fixed because it fell off the mantle from one of the explosions from the movie being filmed outside. And she's taking this clock around the whole day, and she's trying to find someone who can actually fix a clock because it's like such an antique piece. And on the way, she finds all these weird things happening. It's like a guy, like with an alien popping out of his chest on the street right there. And it's like, it's just, another day. And we've all come to expect this in this temporal time reality that we live in now. And this is a really thick book too. It's like it's another one of those good value for your money. It's a $4.99 book, but it's about like almost 50 pages. And there's going to be a different character every month to be focused on, which is it's kind of refreshing. I like that. Next month there'll be different character, different things happening. Sometimes it'll be dinosaurs walking the streets. Sometimes it'll be people like cavemen and things like that. But there's a lot more to it than that. But it's just so well like melded together, man. It's just like it's a little. The word verisimilitude is the word of the day in this book. She has kept she everywhere she goes, someone uses that word. Somewhere out of the verisimilitude. That's weird. So sometimes things just have this weird way of just kind of a synchronicity of going together. And I'm absolutely excited about this. This is a guy that wrote 20th Century Men. That was a really good series that I didn't get a chance to finish, but I will someday. But I remember the first few issues I read were very good from them, and from that story, I should say. So a story crisis event is something that's probably going to be on the pull list for sure.
Somebody time out Phil for me, guys. Pineapple on pizza is an abomination. Time him out.
Who was that was talking about that?
It's an abomination.
Against God.
Shouldn't do it.
It was I think it was on Katie's channel, on K-pop's channel. Someone was talking about a pineapple and anchovy pizza, and I think Katie or someone dared them to, one, buy it, and two, eat it in front of them. Like, I'll do that. I'll eat. I'll eat a pizza with almost anything on it. And pineapples and anchovies, those two. Pineapple's not bad, and anchovies are very good for you. I'll totally eat a pineapple and anchovy pizza. There, I said it. I
That
can see,
changes how I feel about you.
I can see you just like frowning up over there like a toddler. I ain't gonna do that. What's wrong with you, man?
Where did you not understand the last 2 pages of that book like Damien, or were you locked in on it?
For the last 2 pages, the fact that I didn't understand it intrigued me more. That maybe was like, there must be something more to this because it must be smarter than I am. So, or maybe because I don't want to, kind of a spoiler thing if I talk about it, but it had to do with the movies and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think what happened was that shit became real, and that's what we're supposed to take from that. But that's all I can say about that. But buy it anyway, folks. It's worth your money. I think you won't be disappointed if you pick up assorted crisis events from Image Comics.
I passed on this one, but I might switch
Yeah.
back through and get it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, I didn't understand. Okay. Hey, from beginning to end. But okay. Here's a question from Mike.
Indies.
Is it Nick or Mike? I'm not sure how to pronounce them. I don't know.
I think it's Mike. We've been saying Mike.
Yeah, I've been saying Mike. Yeah. What's a good current indie sci-fi comic?
The only one I can think of, it's not really current anymore because it's not running, but The Expanse. I love The Expanse on Prime. It started off on the Sci-Fi Channel. It moved to Prime. There's 5 or 6 great seasons of that show. And Boom Studios did a series that is called Dragon Tooth, and it's a direct continuation of the TV series. So for those of us who weren't done yet, you get to continue, and it actually takes you 30 years into the future, and there's still questions they don't answer, which kind of pisses me off. But that would be the one that comes to my mind. Watch Expanse on Prime and then read the comics. It's great.
Okay. Off the top of my head, I would think World Tree. World Tree is the thing that I'm really digging right now. It's sci-fi to a certain extent.
I need to give that one another chance.
Yeah, she really should. It's really good. It jumped off to a really big start and kind of cooled in the middle. But I think right about the last few issue number 10 through where we are right now, it picked up a lot and it made a lot of sense out of what stuff that we maybe didn't understand before. So I think World Tree, if you can get like the first trade of that, you might see if you like it or not.
You know, I'll also mention Comic Tom 101s and Fire Guy Ryan's book Crashdown, which gave me major Expanse vibes.
Sounds good, yeah.
So I enjoyed that one as well.
Yes, no, I forgot about that one. Yeah, cookies. Yes, I would.
Oh, we got some Expanse fans. That's what's up. Y'all know what's up, dude. I've said it a million times, but like for me, the first 2 seasons are kind of boring of The Expanse. It gets you through because it shows you space in such spectacular ways, and then the thought process of imagining how humans were survive in space and the things we'd have to do is really, really interesting in the first 2 seasons. But it's not until the 3rd season when shit gets edge of your seat. Like, let's go. It gets incredible. Like that show Expanse made me so emotional. Like in the last season, I cried multiple times. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so invested in these people and these characters that they had me emotional, dog. I love that show.
Oh man, don't be ashamed of crying, man. I'll cry during a very special episode of Blossom. Yes, but shows you have emotion, that you're a real person.
What did Joey used to say? Oh, I can't remember what he used to say. What did Joey used to say on the? Oh boy, no, God, I can't remember. Whoa. Somebody help me.
That Joey.
Whoa, whoa! Is that what he used to say? I can't remember.
Joey Lawrence, yeah. Oh God, he was so huge at the time. Like he was like,
wasn't he? That dude fell off the face of the earth, didn't he?
I hope he saved his money. Oh man, you're famous. You think you'll be famous forever? Like, not necessarily. You know, don't live that flashy lifestyle. Flash Gordon, I'll allow it. The one that's running now for Mad Cave, I want to say. Or was it Mad? Yes, Mad Cave. Yeah, Flash Gordon is definitely sci-fi for sure. It's retro sci-fi, which is to me even more better. Silo and Severance. Severance. Now, Severance is the one with the guy from Parks and Rec on there, right? That's on the Apple network.
I think he's on Party Down too. Yeah, the Severance is on my list, on my to-do list. Absolutely.
Yeah. I see. I don't have. I will never see that unless it comes to like Netflix. I'm not going to get Apple, but it looks good though. Like the other one
Give
with
me a
Coach guy.
break with
Can't do it,
Nell
man.
Carter.
Can't
Nell
buy any
Carter.
more. Can't buy any more networks. Can't do it. Devs. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Severance is on Apple, right? I think so.
yeah, that's
I
the
could
thing.
get
Yeah.
Apple.
It looks good. It looks good. But that's just just can't do it. Give me a break with Nell Carter and a very young. Was he on that?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, he developed the wall by that point, or that it was like his catchphrase he developed later on for for his later.
Whoa. Yeah, that is what he said. Whoa.
That was it. That was it. He was, young, good-looking dude. That's great. Go with that. Girls will love it. All right, next one. If you know me, you know that I used to talk about this book a lot in the first series from one of my guys, my brothers from another mother, Junie Ba, and this is Monkey Meat, the the summer batch, which is the second series of Monkey Meat. The first issue was a 5-issue series. I happen to have a copy of it right here from a couple of years ago. From the Monkey, we were introduced to the Monkey Meat International Corporation, which is just I'm all about the anti-corporate thing, because corporations are from hell. In case y'all didn't know that. So this one is actually and it's printed on newsprint. As God intended. It's printed on newsprint. It's $3.99, so I just couldn't turn it down. It's my guy, Junie Bob. Bring it on. I usually don't like to go with second series of anything because it's like movie sequels that may or may not be good. But this is actually off to a really good start. This one actually has 2 stories. It's going to be it's a monthly anthology of 2 of different characters and stories, so you don't ever get bored. But the concept being that the Monkey Meat International Corporation pretty much rules the world, which is the end game of all corporations and capitalism in general. Just like it's like cancer eats everything until it finally consumes the host. So that's what Monkey Meat is about. And there's this one character who was introduced in the first series. His name was Thaddeus Lugg, and he was an employee of the Monkey Meat Corporation. And this man was just so depressed, he tried to kill himself. He was just a groundskeeper, and he was unable to do that because I guess because of his obligations to the company, they kept bringing him back. And since they own like these bodies that they can transplant souls into, they put him into a different soul every time they bring him back. So he's got to come back every time. He's like fighting these monsters on Monkey Meat Island, which is where the monkey meat is made. Don't you know?
Of course, that's where it's made.
Of course it is, on the Monkey Meat Island. And it's also like a magical place where lots of different things can happen. So there's a little bit of magical thinking involved with it too, as well as corporate hate. But it's all done in good fun. So he's just dying over and over and over again, and they keep bringing him back and bringing him back. And here's a body number 1, body number 2. It's like different bodies every time with different powers and stuff. Then he gets killed off and all that jazz. And the second story is pertaining to an ownership battle involving 2 characters, and these characters are called Monk Eagle and Monkey Girl. And they put you in the mind a lot of Batman and Robin. So please don't sue us. One of those kind of deals. But I love that they do this parody so well that you know that they're talking about Batman and Robin, but there's nothing you can do about it because they've changed the names to protect the innocent. And these characters were legacy characters. And since Monkey Meat Island is a magical place, fans can wish very hard, and they use their fan worship, and they can create these people, turn these fictional characters into real characters. And the real characters, once they became flesh and blood, are fighting for their independence from the Monkey Meat Corporation, which also his parent company owns the publication company that publishes these comic books. And they hire a lawyer, and the lawyer is trying to negotiate their freedom in court. There's actually a character that was like the Kool-Aid man crashing through the wall right there, which is another part of the story, which is pretty funny. And their lawyer is like assassinated all of a sudden, and they have to hire another lawyer. and at some point they just like exit the whole thing and step out of the panel. So it's just total over the top fun and games. $3.99. I love the art of the Junie Ba, and this one is the first series was much more colorful. I guess he's taken a more of a muted tone. I guess this complements the newsprint canvas a lot better. Some folks might not care for this kind of thing, but I love this guy's stuff. He has like he has ads in the back of the book that he makes up that are unique to the Monkey Meat Corporation, just grinding it all up and all that jazz. And there's do you dream of this door? You may be entitled to financial compensation. And this, you ever had this dream where you like go through a door and there's another door, another door, another door, another door? I have that dream sometimes. It's like, it's like multiple doors. It's almost like a kind of a trick thing, but I digress. But anyway, Monkey Meat, you like the first series, you'll like this one. This is a continuation, and he says in the back matter he has no intention on stopping, and I hope he doesn't, because I love this concept, and I love his art style. So Monkey Meat, the summer batch, is part of what's good for this week. And
it's back.
Your face here, it's back, baby. We still are corporate devils. Think about, the corporation is really antithetical to the human race when you think about that. That's a story for another day. All right, so the last of our what's goods is a book from a few weeks ago from our old buddy Cullen Bunn. This is written by Cullen Bunn with art by Danny Luckert, and it is called Jump Scare from Dark Horse Comics. So, and not only that, Stolen Green and Monkey Meat is people. Here you go. America, man, tell me about it. Corporatocracy. We learned to worship it. That's the sad part about it. Like we're just like, well, I guess we'll just have to deal with the corporation. All right, maybe a whole different show about that. But Jump Scare takes place in Empire City, this obviously fictional city. It's a dark and dangerous place. There's this young woman who's kind of like a vigilante. Her name is Allie, and she is Jump Scare. And the way she became Jump Scare is that one night she was walking home from the movies with her friends, who would advise her, Allie, let us walk you home. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just turn down this dark alley as I'll run from these people that are trying to snatch my purse. And she's running down the dark alley. She runs into this god character, this godlike, I should say, character, not in a good way, an elder god monster, more or less. And this monster somehow gives her magical powers. And among those powers, so she's a big monster movie fan, a big horror fan. Jack, shout out wherever you are. Staple Spine, Staple Sounds on the X-Ray FM. Shameless plug. She has the power to conjure any weapon from any horror movie that she's ever seen. Like the chainsaw from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Boom, boom, got it. And she can just fuck people up with that. So she did that and laid waste to all these muggers that came behind her. And in addition to that, she also has not super strength, but she's become much more strong than a young woman would probably be. And the third power, which is one of the coolest one, probably, is that she can teleport, like what's my guy from the X-Men?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, thank you. She can bath your ass up. She's behind you. She's in front of you. And she's got a chainsaw. You're gone. And being a horror fan that kind of clashes with her family. Her family is this well-to-do, really powerful Christian organization, the heads of a Christian organization, and they're just squares of pool table, man. They're just like, they want nothing to do. She's the only oddball in the family. I mean, she literally eats a cereal called serial killer. And it is like, I think that's so blasphemous and so that should not be. and her parents are mounting this thing to take all the vigilantes and all the people who fight crime off the street because I guess they're not godly enough or whatever. Uh, and you may not see that would be a good enough thing to have an entire series based on. You might be right, but I think it will be. I think because I love her powers, and Cullen has a way of coming up with a great concept, and especially in the early issues. The last book you ever read. Anybody? I always
Last
bring
Cullen
that
Bunn book I ever read.
up.
Hey.
I'll always bring that up, but he'll never outlive that one. It was such a promising start, man. I love that book so much. I bought all the not safe for work copies. I mean covers and everything, and then the last few issues just kind of like, oh, what? Like he and Leela Leeds, who was the artist on there, the art was so great. They just kind of like gave up and I got other stuff to do. Let's just end this, and it just ended like with a whimper. Like, really, this is it? This is the last thing? And it literally looked like she didn't even finish the artwork, and he didn't really finish the script. And they just kind of like wrapped it up because they got fired or something. It's like the last issue was. If they had wrapped it up in 5 issues, it would have been great, and it had a logical end to it. But they tried to make it something else, and it just went on too long. So I I'm interested in Jump Scare because I love that this kid is like this rebel against the machine, which I'm always down with that. And it seems well done, well written. I always use the term well done a lot, probably too much, but I think it works right now. I like to see what it does for issue number 2 and see where it goes with that. So Jump Scare right now, I'm calling it what's good, but it's kind of like a short leash sometimes when it comes to Cullen. He's a really good writer, and I buy his stuff a lot because he's got potential. And what was that? He's had some books that we really love. Basilisk probably is his masterpiece, I would say.
That was really the only one of
Yeah,
his that I loved.
there's the only one that yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like another one called it was about this theater group that was trapped in the theater and couldn't get out, which is like a 3-issue series, I think maybe from Dark Horse or maybe Oni Press. I forget the name of that one, but it was maybe because it was brief. He wrapped it up in 3 issues. It wasn't like dragging on like the last book did. So maybe that's why it was so good. I can't think of that name. Yeah, short-term memory, all that jazz, But Jump Scare right now is part of what's good. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt until we see issue number 2. If anybody else has seen that, has read that, then let me know what you think. So that's all I got for what's good this week, folks. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.